Daniel Day-Lewis recently announced he will be coming out of retirement to star in his son's directorial debut, Anemone. Day-Lewis hasn't starred in a feature film since Paul Thomas Anderson's Phantom Thread, 2017, and officially announced his retirement from acting following the film's release. Although Day-Lewis was nominated for his leading role as Reynolds Woodcock, marking his sixth Best Actor nomination, he lost that particular Oscar to Gary Oldman, who won for portraying Winston Churchill in The Darkest Hour. Day-Lewis remains the only person ever to win the Academy Award for Best Actor 3 times, while 9 other actors have won 2. Focus Features confirmed that Day-Lewis will star in the upcoming movie Anemone, which will be directed by his son, Ronan Day-Lewis. Per Focus Features, the film explores the intricate relationships between fathers, sons and brothers, and the dynamics of familial bonds. Anemone, which is a common gardening plant, will also star Sean Bean, Samantha Morton, Samuel Bottomley, and Safia Oakler-Green. It will mark the directorial debut of Ronan Day-Lewis, which is clearly the primary motivation for Daniel Day-Lewis coming out of retirement after a 7-year hiatus. Day-Lewis's return to acting has already generated far too early Oscar buzz. Daniel Day-Lewis can become the first actor to win 4 Best Actor Oscars now. Day-Lewis could extend his own Best Actor category record. Daniel Day-Lewis as Reynolds Woodcock smiling in front of bookshelves in Phantom Thread. Now that Daniel Day-Lewis has announced his return to acting, he currently has the best chance out of any working actor to win a historic 4th Academy Award in the Best Actor category. As the only person to have ever won 3 Best Actor Oscars, a record that was poised to stand for a great deal of time after he last won for portraying former U.S. President Abraham Lincoln in Steven Spielberg's Lincoln, 2012, he is in a prime position to receive his 7th career Best Actor nomination for Anemone. Since Ronan Day-Lewis will be making his directorial debut, however, expectations shouldn't be too high for the overall film. It's unclear how big of a role Daniel Day-Lewis will play in his son's directorial debut. At face value, it would be safe to assume that he would take up a majority of the screen time in Anemone, considering that he is the most accomplished cast member of those already announced by a long shot. Daniel Day-Lewis is also credited as a co-writer of Anemone alongside Ronan, which is another key indicator that he will almost certainly have a central role in the film. Interestingly, Anemone will not only mark the directorial debut of Ronan Day-Lewis but also the screenwriting debut of Daniel Day-Lewis. Daniel Day-Lewis is still the only person with 3 Best Actor wins. Daniel Day-Lewis' 3 Best Actor Oscars put him ahead of the 9 celebrated actors who have all won a total of 2 in their careers. They include Spencer Tracy, who is tied with Laurence Olivier for most Best Actor nominations, 9, Marlon Brando, Dustin Hoffman, Jack Nicholson, Gary Cooper, Tom Hanks, Sean Penn, Anthony Hopkins, and Frederick March. Of those, only Hoffman, Hanks, Penn, and Hopkins could tie Day-Lewis' current record at 3 Best Actor wins unless Nicholson also makes an improbable return to acting sometime soon. In the Best Actress category, Katharine Hepburn still leads with 4 wins, followed by Frances McDormand with 3 and over a dozen winners with 2 total. The circumstances have certainly changed for Daniel Day-Lewis' exciting albeit interesting return to acting in 2024. The list of acclaimed directors who the celebrated actor has worked with goes as follows: 11-time Oscar nominee Paul Thomas Anderson, Phantom Thread, 2017 and There Will Be Blood, 2007, 2-time Oscar winner Steven Spielberg, Lincoln, 2012, Oscar nominee Rob Marshall, 2009, Oscar winner Martin Scorsese, Gangs of New York, 2002 and The Age of Innocence, 1993, 6-time Oscar nominee Jim Sheridan, The Boxer, 1997, In the Name of the Father, 1993 and My Left Foot, 1989, and 4-time Oscar nominee Michael Mann, The Last of the Mohicans. At 26 years old, Ronan Day-Lewis is still vastly unproven. Will Daniel Day-Lewis qualify for Best Actor after Anemone? All 6 of his Oscar nominations came from collaborations with Oscar-nominated directors. Daniel Day-Lewis in Phantom Thread. Since Daniel Day-Lewis is reportedly the lead in Anemone, he will almost certainly qualify for the Best Actor Oscar, although there is currently no way to gauge whether the film will be of merit. There's no question that Day-Lewis is a master of his craft, but more often than not, a film must succeed as a whole to generate individual Oscar consideration, which largely comes down to the director as well as the quality of the script. It is certainly a rare and meaningful feat to be able to pass down the skills and resources of professional filmmaking as if it were a family business. Considering that Anemone marks the first screenplay by Daniel Day-Lewis and the first directorial effort by his son, expectations ought to be tempered, at least until a first-look trailer comes out.